It's the end of May 2023, and you guys have been following along on my two hives. And I think, and tomorrow's Memorial Day, in memory of everyone, veterans. Really appreciate it, and pray for all the loved ones on this Memorial Day coming up tomorrow, by the way. Anyway, this week I'm going to be extracting my honeys. In Missouri, I had all kinds of equipment and so forth and so on. Sold it all to my friends, my hives, etc. And now I've come down here and started a couple of hives. Don't know why I've done it. Giant money pit, but I just kind of miss the bees. So I went to Amazon, went to Walmart. Being a member of Ridge Beekeepers, I was able to borrow their extractor, Mexican extractor, which is tremendous savings for my dues that I pay every year to be along the bee club. And they give you equipment, a hot knife to decap, and this nice Maxant extractor. And it's a nice radial extractor. It's old, but it's motorized. I don't have to crank it. So I got that free to borrow from them. Thanks David Smith, the president of Ridge Beekeepers, for letting me come to his house yesterday and pick that up from him. I'm going to have it for about a week. Anyway, here's my extracting supplies. So basically, I'm going to make a decapping tank that'll fit a large across here. I'm going to put a drain down at the bottom. I got all this stuff from Amazon. Now I saved about 3/4 from going to the bee supply store to get this on Amazon. There's some stuff you can get cheap that'll work for you, and some stuff you can't get cheap, like extractors and stainless steel. But this will do for me for 2 hives. I've got about 5 supers to harvest, so I'm going to get all this together. These valves, example, at the bee supply store, 25 bucks a piece. I basically got them for $7.50 a piece for the valve, the honey gates. I'm going to put one on the bottom of that and one on the bottom of a bucket. Got a drill. I had to buy a 2-inch hole saw. But anyway, I'm going to put it all together and I'm going to show you what I have. I think I got everything all together now. Keep in mind that my supers are brand new. I packed them 10 in a box. So they filled out the comb and the honey, but it doesn't stick out very far. So I'll have to use I can't use some decapping methods like I'd want to use, like a hot knife or such. The way it's going to work is I'm going to take the bees out of the super one frame at a time, sweep them off with this cheap brush, put them in this container, close the container. I get all that done. I come to the house. This will be my decapping tank right here. I got a spout down this end, and so what I'll do is I'll use that knife or use that roller or use that little pick thing, pick the wax off the frames, put them in this container. As I get these filled up, and that's deep right there, but most of mine are mediums. It's pretty tight in there, but this way it's all self-contained. And then when the wax will, as I get the wax off, it'll drop on the screen, and I can get that off later. Then the honey will drain, and I'll prop it up, and the honey will drain out of that corner, and I'll drain that out. I'll put the frames in this extractor right here, which I need to clean out. I just got it yesterday, so I'll clean it out, and I'll clean everything in here super good. I'll extract them. This will spin around, honey will fill the bottom, then it'll go through that screen into that bucket, and then fill each bucket up, and then this bucket here with the spout on, with the honey gate on the bottom, that's what I'll use the bottle from. So it's a real simple process, and this is the cheap man's way of doing it for a couple of hives. Thank goodness Ridge Beekeepers let me borrow this extractor. Otherwise, no telling what kind of extractor I'd have to buy, 2 at a time. I can do several frames at a time in this. I only have 3 or 4 supers. And I might pull, because I'm running 2 hive bodies, I might pull a couple of brood frames, not brood frames, but complete honey frames off the sides and replace them with bare foundation. I need to get these supers extracted for September. There's one other thing I forgot to tell you. I made this piece of board with a screw on the bottom of it, with slits on the top, slits on the bottom. It fits right here. My frame up, tilt it this way, get the wax off of the frame. This is a blank foundation. And then the wax will fall into there. The honey will fall in here, but as it comes to here, it drains out, and it drains out. And that makes sure it didn't drain into the floor. So this is a little cheap piece of wood that I varnished real good so I can clean it. Everything's varnished real good and sealed and cleaned. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that's a little cheap piece of, it's a stainless steel screws. So you put it on here, get the wax off here, turn it over, get the wax off here, then put it in the extractor right here. Anyway, that's kind of the way it works. Y'all have a good day. Happy Memorial Day again to everybody.